Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. I'm back at it. Sorry for the lack of upload yesterday, as I basically took the entire day. Like, I spent the entire day playing Legends of Runeterra, but I didn't upload or stream, right? I could have potentially streamed, but honestly, like, when I deck build, especially when I try to build a bunch of decks on the same day, I try to, I really appreciate isolation and just focus, right? I think I do a better job at it, right? And I needed to take that day off because I want to make sure that I have daily content for you guys as I am out, as I'm going to be spending the end of the year with a few members of the family, not too many. Obviously, we got to be careful with COVID and everything. But, you know, my parents, my brother, my sister, you know, we've been testing and stuff, so it's all right, right? And yeah, we're gonna spend some time. So ultimately, I need to have the same situation as before, right? But this time even more so. I need to bulk record a lot. And yesterday, I spent the entire day building all sorts of different decks. I'm gonna tease you guys a little bit in regards to what's coming in the near future, as we got Christian Bale over here, which is a pretty fun deck. We got Pesky Pete, we got Rico, which is not a deck that I built, but one that I will showcase relatively soon. We got Shroom Trackers. I know you guys are pretty excited about this one. You know, I'm gonna make you wait a little bit for it. I'm a dick. And we got Zoe's Vision, which is today's deck. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be using this deck to make our final push to Diamond. Yeah, it's kind of weird saying final push to Diamond at this stage of the season. It is my slowest climb to Masters by far. But to be fair, it's in the middle of the holidays and I just have barely been able to play the game. Like, outside of videos, I have not played the game at all until like yesterday. And I do most of like my new deck testing in normal because I didn't want to mess up my rank, right? So yeah, bear with me for those of you who really care about my rank and really want me to be a Masters boy. That will happen eventually, but as of now, we can start the climb and make our push to, at the very least, Diamond, right? Like, at least get that rank for the rest of the decks that I gotta showcase this next week. So this build is an aggro deck. It's a tempo list. It's very smorky in nature, and it is built with the idea of swarming as fast as possible and then capitalizing on vision, utilizing vision to buff up all of our allies, or grant them +1 power actually, and just completely overwhelm the opponent with potential overwhelm units like Crescent Guardian and the likes of the Crowd Favorite. Crowd Favorite is very easy to enable in a deck like this. We're running a full set of the Starry Scamp alongside cards like House Spider. Starry Scamp is 0 mana when you behold a Celestial. We have a total of 6 different 1-drops that do just that. We got Zoe that can create a super cool star chart, which will invoke a Celestial for 2 mana as she strikes onto Nexus, and then we have a full set of Spacey Sketcher, which can discard the gems from Gift Giver or Mountain Goat. We can potentially discard some axes from Draven as well to generate a cheap Celestial in hand, which will also make Scamp cost 0 mana. The combination of these two 1-drops at full each, alongside a 1-off of Lunari Priestess, for the most part gives me enough consistency to close to guarantee that I will be having Scamp cost 0 mana, and I will be able to generate some very crazy board states very early on in the match. Makes you really think about decks like, you know, discard Draven with Jinx, as we have honestly a pretty similar game plan in a way, but we're more focused on units, right? We're more focused on high-end overwhelm units, because not only do we have Crowd Favorite, we also have a full set of Crescent Guardian, which is very easy to enable in this deck because of our gem production. I like that term, gem production, and our total of 9 1-drops. Setting up a 1-mana play and then dropping Crescent Guardian afterwards is really neat, because 5 attack with Overwhelm in a deck like this with a couple of decisive maneuvers and even Shampoo, motherfucking Shampoo, can allow us to just really punish these greedy control decks. And Decisive Maneuver is one hell of a finisher. Sometimes I've thought about running 3 copies of this, but honestly, Survival Skills has been really clutch in many different matchup scenarios as well, which is why I like it as a one-off. Works really well with Draven's Axis. So we have a deck that goes wide, tries to set up a proper board state, but even though it seems like it's very straightforward in that sense, it actually isn't. You need to know when you have to commit to an attack, or when you need to be a little bit patient and build up a stronger board. As due to cards like Vision, being a little bit patient and waiting for the right opportunity to strike can mean the difference between winning or losing a game, as the way, even though you are just basically generating damage with your units as you attack, and that is how you win with this deck, you need to find the right trades, and you need to utilize your offense as your defense by forcing your opponent to block and then surprise them with your combat tricks. May they be Pale Cascade, Vision with the axes, etc. And that's very, very important to note, right? Don't go all in and lose your board early on and then lose the ability to have a strong Vision and or crowd favorite later. So that's where I'm going to end this deck tech at 5 minutes. Not even bad. Honestly, let's see if we can take this to diamond rank, and I will stop talking. Have a solid day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Subscribe. It is free. Free is good. I need to find another... Yeah, I need to find something else. I think that's becoming a little bit too repetitive. I like that expression, though. God damn it. Whatever. Have a solid one. Hope you enjoy the games, and I'll see you around. Okay. Here we go. Mirror match. That's unfortunate, not gonna lie. I am gonna keep the survival skills. I like ZOE into Mountain Goat into Draven with survival skills, which could be a card that could actually really come into play in the mirror match when we take blocks into account, like also like Draven mirrors with Whirling Death. Definitely not how I was expecting to start things off, but mine is prismatic though, so hopefully that means I win. Opponent does not want to sacrifice ZOE. I'm gonna drop Mountain Goat, and I'm going to apply pressure. Naturally, if he doesn't do anything,
you've got to show me how to portal first. Remember? Shift time. Found you.
so they play the Starry Scamp without paying, without actually like paying it for free. So 2 mana 2/2, not great, but good enough to stop my Mountain Goat for now.
Zoe, want to see how good my aim is? Deal. Lux, where are you?
My opponent attacks with the Starry Scamp. Then that would lead me to believe that he has something like a Pale Cascade in hand. So this is what a lot of like players that I've run into with this deck run, the Startle Stomper. I don't think this is a good addition. I don't think you buff enough to really make it relevant, and I think you're better off just going wide and going with Vision. But that is, of course, my opinion. What can I do here? I do like the idea of...
The journey is difficult. These will protect you.
I do like the idea of setting up a Gift Giver here. Because this Gift Giver can trade with any of these with the Pale Cascade.
These jewels are more than mere trinkets.
They gave me discard outlets for the Spinning Axe. I focus on building up this board. I can always kill ZOE later in the line with Shumpa before she levels up, so I'm not particularly worried about that, but I do want to set up a strong board. Now, there is an argument for keeping these in the back.
Get in the portal!
He must have drawn this like recently. I'll keep these two in the back.
You don't scare me!
Well, I could just play the Spinning Axe onto this. But I like doing this. Well, I mean, let's think about things. Yeah, I'd rather do it like this. It's pretty neat. This goat continues to give us gems. And we got the crowd favorite in there as well. Crowd favorite alongside survival skills. Whirling Death is also really neat. We're gonna have to take a hit from this Startle Stomper. Let's see how much you can buff it.
Mine was like that. What do stars smell like to you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can pass here. He has to attack.
Ship time!
This is gonna hurt for you. Time for the money makers. What are you waiting for?
You could have a hush. I'm gonna go with this first. I don't need to go for the Whirling Death initially. Okay, so now that he does that, now we go for this. Oh! That's sexy ass play, baby. Yeah, we don't commit to that. We force that out of him. We get the Pale Cascade. We knock out Zoe, preventing the level up.
I thought I was already perfect.
Knock him out, Draven, my boy. You don't have to deal with that spell shield at all. We got the survival instincts, and we're farming access, baby. Shut down. I need a different. I was just thinking before recording this video.
All me. And maybe those.
No. Sometimes you get a bit ahead of yourself, but this time it was actually all you, Draven. I was just thinking before recording the video. You know what? I've been saying like "shut down" a lot at the end of my videos, so I'm gonna like change it up with my victory quotes. I didn't even know I had victory quotes, but I was reading a lot of that in my comments, and as soon as I would, I fucking say it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I have a problem, so I'll work on that. But really nice game, really nice use of Draven, and a super nice highlight for the survival instincts. It's survival instincts, right? I assume that's the name of the survival skills. Yeah, that's more fitting. So both survival skills. We didn't get to showcase Shumpo there because we didn't really need to, but that was really slick. So let's go for another one. All right, so I guess Smork versus Smork. One of the matchups we must overcome on our way to Diamond, belated Diamond rank. I like the Vision. Vision is a great card to have. I'm actually gonna drop these two. I'm gonna keep the Vision and the Spacey Sketcher. Vision is not really what I wanted, but I can always discard one of the crowd favorites. Like, that's the beautiful thing about the Spacey Sketcher, right? I am gonna try to like pass for now, even though I could go Spacey Sketcher. Like, I'd rather be a little bit more flexible with her and try to adapt more. I need units, so why not get the 2-drop that gives me another card? Let's go for this now, though.
Hold still.
Very nice setup. This is how we can get rewarded for not leading off with the Spacey Sketcher. By waiting for the next turn and going for it, we enable the card draw with Pale Cascade. So not only do we get to eliminate Boom Kuruki, we basically paid 1 mana to eliminate him, and we got card advantage in the process. Even though this card advantage is just a 1/1, right? But it is a body that can get visioned, and this is the moment we go Draven.
The party
Has arrived. Because we're gonna get those axes rolling, we're gonna get that damage.
watch and learn.
He halts our attack, but he won't halt our axe generation. And that damage is gonna be useful for me as well. Like I said, we're both smorking, but we're doing something differently. He's focusing more on burn synergy. I'm focusing more on vision synergy. I think this is the turn in which we go messenger.
Explosives primed.
Nice.
times. Well, hey there, good looking. Hands off the merch.
Can I paint you?
Now we're cooking.
Aftershock, right.
Damn it.
It sucks like losing that many units. Like I could have tried to set up a whirling death, but I can always hold that for later.
Time for the money makers.
I'm gonna go with Lunari Shadestalker. I'm gonna try to build up this board while also still enabling. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. He's been able to halt our attacks really well. Okay, see, we're not letting that happen. Honestly, I have one axe equipped.
Now we're cooking.
So now we're gonna punish him. Now we're punishing him. Level up.
And I thought I was already perfect.
You always were, Draven. But that means you can't improve. Or that doesn't mean English. Let's smack him. Let's get them axes rolling. And let's try to survive, because we're still down to 9 against Burn, and those are not good numbers. Those are not numbers I am personally content with. I am going to be prioritizing this. Okay, so we definitely need to respect the authority. So we're gonna go with you.
Fear not death.
And we're gonna go with you. We definitely need to enable the Crescent Guardian here. The thing is, we need to do so, like, we need to be wary of how we use these axes, because these cost mana. Like, if I go, yeah, I'm gonna go with, like, I'm gonna go with this. Even though every ounce of damage matters.
Now we're cooking.
I could have just gone for the gem, to be fair, but I want to keep the gem. Like, I want to keep all my mana available. Okay.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now.
Alright.
Primed and ready.
2 cards in hand.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes the rules.
I see no reason not to drop Zoe into crowd favorite here, considering the champions that he has. Crowd favorite will have +3/+3, so he'll be a 5/4. You know, basically a bit more of an expensive Crescent Guardian with a bit more health. And then
Of course I'm ready. I stand
for Noxus!
I gotta work with this joker.
Shut down, baby. Dominance! Aggro dominance!
Oh yeah.
Alright, it's about time we got a Zoe. Well, even though she was in the game for like a second. But that's one of the things about Zoe, right? Like, guys, I really want to clarify this with this champion. Like, some of you may be disappointed because you very rarely will see Zoe level up in this deck. In fact, it's like a 1 in like 15 games sort of thing, I think. Maybe 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 15 is too much. But it's very rare, right? What Zoe does is she gives us Celestials for our Starry Scams, and she's a 1-drop with Elusive that helps apply pressure early on. And she's also a 1-drop that demands to be answered eventually, which may make her a very nice bait for certain removal that could otherwise be geared towards our bigger later game threats. So that's what she's doing here. So don't expect to see much of, like, this is not like the other Zoe deck that I showed, but she's definitely super, super important for this deck nonetheless. You know, just because the champion isn't like the core piece of a build doesn't mean he's not vital to it. And yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let's have another one. Alright, Leona, Aurelion Sol. This is arguably one of the worst matchups because they have a solid, like, resilient enough early game. I do love seeing Spacey Sketcher with this. Makes me not want to go Mountain Goat. Instead, keep the Spacey Sketcher in the vision and see if I can find stuff like Draven. Yeah, because that allows me to curve out better. We don't want to lead off with the Spacey Sketcher though. I'm gonna hold on to her. I meant to say hi, but I guess she's like the one emote that's like unpredictable, right? There's the Plaza. A bit of a yikes there. All right.
The party
Is all right. Okay, so we're gonna be gearing for a strong attack here. The plan is we're gonna be discarding one of these. I mean, the plan kind of changed, right? The idea is to go Zoe into Crescent Guardian, into Axe, into Vision.
I bear a message from. Oh, hey, what's that?
I think that's strong enough of an attack to really apply pressure. A Shield Bearer would be annoying, but it wouldn't stop me from attacking. This is not like Shadow Owls, so I don't have to worry about something like a Haunted Relic or something.
First light illuminates the land.
Okay. There's not much I can do to stop that, because if I spinning axe here, Draven will still be stronger.
Glorious light rains down.
So I'm gonna attack with all
Not
these.
sway me.
I could set up the Vision, but I think I can do better. Like right now, Vision just leads to 3 more damage, and I think I can do more than that. Five damage is decent. We're working for Zoe's level up as well, so she has to be one of the targets for a challenger here. That's one of the hard things. Ooh, that's actually a very, very interesting.
Forger, your work is unparalleled.
blades bright, forged in solstice heat.
It's really interesting, actually. Let's think here for a second. If I'm gonna play, I can play Zoe, that, and the Challenger. Like the Challenger, you know, even though, yeah, I'm gonna take the Serpent.
I forgot how slow time moves.
Proud warriors of the sun's true light.
Yeah, playing this was a mistake. Oh.
Channel our power!
That's really neat, though.
Now we're cooking.
I'm gonna go for survival skills.
Sunwed.
Which allows me to preserve this. I think Crescent Strike to stop an attack is pretty important.
And here's where I'd pick my constellation.
Especially because I am running out of gas. Like, we're not curving out badly, but Grand Plaza and this, like, more control-focused sort of game plan is definitely working out for my opponent. I really want to play the crowd favorite.
I stand for Noxus!
It's a
Work
7-6
with this Joker.
with Overwhelm.
Fear the heretics.
I am the bulwark against darkness.
If I fall, so be it. No mercy for heretics.
All right. All right, so we actually managed to get a hush out of him, and we get a very nice attack there. It doesn't matter that we don't get the Cosmos Starry Scamp at this stage.
Bask in the light's radiance.
This thing attacking into me is annoying. Me open attacking into him can lead to some nice damage. So I think Crescent Strike is pretty obvious here.
Sun this, moon that. Adults are boring, but they're pretty to paint.
Fortunately, we're in top deck mode here. I just don't know. I just don't think we have enough.
Chase my shield.
Yeah, my opponent is respecting. Like I said, this is a tough matchup. Like these Demacia decks, like mid-range decks that stabilize with a full set of the Solari like Forger, Sun Forger. They're really good. We're close. We're close, but we're pretty far at the same time because this Grand Plaza is going to start generating some insane value. My opponent's going to continue to go wide, and at this stage, I just I need to find a way to like burst on him again.
Unyielding light.
But I just don't think it's happening.
I fight for the foe.
Not with that, no. Not with that. That's the last thing I want to see. If I can get an Equinox, maybe I can surprise him.
We will not suffer unbelief.
They will not escape punishment.
Ugh, you're still painting everything? Maybe you'd like it if you weren't so busy being mean.
Burn the way down.
Fuck. Pick! I need to axe here. Which just feels really bad. Gotta go with you.
You're interesting.
Time for the money makers.
I need to ask because I need to threaten this. And I need to Equinox here. Like, if I want to have a chance at winning, I need to go with the lifesteal, but I ran out of gas. The early soul ramp ends up happening thanks to the Eclipse Dragon. And I need a miracle. I need one hell of a miracle here. I need the ultimate Yu-Gi-Oh! The problem is I don't even know what that is. Grab your time. We say goodbye. And we surrender. That's like the one matchup that I haven't been able to overcome. Because they managed to stabilize really well in the mid game, and the Solari Sun Forger is just backbreaking. So, especially considering a lot of those decks also played Radiant Guardian, it's ultimately our biggest counter. So, whenever I run to that matchup, I just kind of like have to assume that I'm taking an L, and I just move on to the next one. Alright, more Grand Plaza. Entire ladder is go hard in Grand Plaza. Decisive Maneuver could be really powerful. But I also think it's a little bit early to keep it. So I'm going to drop it. I'm going to keep the Vision. I very rarely don't keep the Vision.
Look at this reality! Look how sparkly!
Sparkly! With Zoe and Spacey Sketcher, I pretty much guarantee that the Scampers will be free, so it would be nice to draw them. I'm going with Mountain Goat here. My opponent develops nothing, so that leads me to believe that they're kind of hard stuck here. Ooh.
Portal me something cool. Chase me!
I'm gonna go with the Charger,
Leo, that looks yet?
and now I'm playing the Starry Scam.
Show me how to portal first. Ship time.
Now we go face, and we're gonna generate another spell. Beautiful. And Zoe's getting there. Like, our opponent has to do something. That's the thing about Zoe. Wow. Wow. No Grand Plaza? No 3. Oh, wow. You know what? I don't feel like... I have never felt like less empathy in my life, though. I have to be real. I gotta be real here. I could play the crowd favorite, but I'd rather just, like... Do I even want to go? I do want to go Draven. I want to have like a cheap. I mean, I can always set up a cheap vision here, but I definitely. I mean, there is always an argument for just going Crescent Guardian. I think that may be better than Draven at this stage. It should be, right? Equinox feels pretty unnecessary. I'll just take a mess. Equinox still feels like it could be the. No. I'm gonna go Messenger.
Stopper playing catch with Zoe. I'm a serious artist now. I can't sparkle twice.
Just so I don't run out of gas. Yeah, and Crescent Guardian. It's just more attack power. It's as simple as that. More attack power. And before Judgment. And before... You don't play Judgment. Like, come on. Oh, God. Yeah! I can't do that. I can't do that. Scary, dude. I don't think I've ever gotten one of those right. I mean, that is powerful. But then again, I swear to God, if he has like a random like one off of Judgment when he has like the reason why Judgment doesn't make sense in this game is because this deck is because this deck is very fast paced, right? It utilizes Grand Plaza and it needs to go wide, so it doesn't really stack up all that much attack in one unit to go for Judgment anyways against most decks. Like, it's only particularly effective against me where my units are so frail, right? So Judgment would make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Like, it only makes sense when there's a Garen on the board and they have another Garen in hand, right? Then it converts into a signature card. But I am absolutely never playing around Judgment here. Like, I just cannot.
You'll go no farther.
Seems my opponent has quite a few answers here, though. There's a single combat there, and the single combat. Wow, and that does seem like it'll be enough. There's nothing I can get that's fast speed. So those double single combats definitely really saved his booty there. Fortunately for us, we still get a really solid hit, and we put him at range where one more attack will do it. I don't see. I don't see my opponent getting out of this. We're gonna play Dago. And honestly, like, at this point, we're gonna carry over the spell mana, and then we'll decide what to do next turn.
Time to get rowdy.
Oh, you're interesting.
Just in case he has Radiant Guardian, we don't want to enable that.
Zoe, wanna see how good my aim is? Deal. Lux, where are you?
We fight for those who cannot.
Cool story, bro. I like the moon glow.
What's in here?
Moon glow pretty much solidifies my win here. Crowd favorite into moon glow. Like, he has no access to, like, not even single combat would do it right now. Like, he's like a concerted strike. I don't think he's running concerted strike. But what Moonglow does is, even though he is gonna have 8 mana exactly next turn, it prevents him. It prevents him from going for a Judgment. And I love that Shumpa as well, to be fair.
Glory!
I could go for... but nah.
Hold fast.
Yep.
Justice. We must not relent.
Exactly. He survives on one. That's why I didn't go for the gem. I wanted to bait him because after I drew this, I want that shampoo win. How about you? But I really want that shampoo win. Ha! The people are my strength. We're gonna let him live for the crowd. We won't let him die. I salute you to death. No crowd favorite voice line. I cry every time. But a pretty nice win right there. Very happy with my piloting, and just proved to be a little bit too fast for the opponent. Feels really neat, especially considering how nasty that Grand Plaza matchup can be. Obviously, we got lucky that they didn't have Grand Plaza on curve and didn't seem to have any like early plays. But it seems to be like a thicker, slower version of the deck, and we punished them for it. So I'll take it. Let's see if we can get that diamond ring, shall we? All right. One would say, "Oh wow, this is like a very different deck, unique. Oh, what is this? This is super exciting." It's just overwhelmed with Grand Plaza. Like that's the problem with Demacia right now. Like everything is Grand Plaza. But that's one of the things though, because I've seen a lot of people like really talk about their dislike for landmarks and for Grand Plaza in general. While I do agree that overall the execution, or rather the introduction of a new card type in Runeterra has not really been as smooth, it really does give you vibes that this was an idea that came after the core design of the game. Now, I won't deny this, right? Let me actually mulligan before, continuing on rambling. I'm gonna drop these two. I'm gonna keep the Spacey Sketcher. Spacey Sketcher is a card that I very rarely mulligan away. Sorry, man. I gotta focus. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna attack. I wish I had another play, but I don't. We're gonna get the super cool start chart.
This land is ours.
And we're gonna call that a turn. We're gonna carry over the spell mana so we can start enabling Nightfall amongst other things. But this is gonna be a pretty straightforward Draven turn.
See the Demacian border.
Sejuani level up is not something that concerns me because this deck will pretty much only get damage on me by attacking. So the Sejuani level up will be much slower than something like Teemo Sejuani, for example. That's where you really gotta worry about it. Yeah.
It's Draven time.
I believe it's Draven time.
The Winter's Claw.
I'll take this hit. I would like to set up the Lunari Shadestalker, but I also would like to enable Whirling Death, and I don't want to drop the Spinning Axe, which is a bit of a predicament because I do want to play Spacey Sketcher this turn, but maybe I don't have to. Maybe I don't have to play Spacey Sketcher.
A little luck for those who
I'm
need.
gonna play the Gift Giver. This enables my Nightfall. Patience. They could have stuff like Brittle Steel. I don't really think that's the case. I think they're just packing a bunch of muscle.
Mother moving.
How's our ZOE looking like? Okay, still quite a bit to go. Again, I don't wanna. I wanna keep this enabled.
Shift time.
We're gonna attack like this. Like I said, I'm expecting, yeah, stuff like that. So, Pale Cascade, it has to be Pale Cascade and Axe. That's fine. Pale Cascade, because now we're not, even if they did run Brittle Steel, we're above the threshold, and let's get rid of the gem. Even though the gem can really help us level up ZOE here. So is there any other...
Die of boredom?
Nah, we're still always gonna discard this.
Time for the moneymakers.
Let's get the moneymakers. Let's get the moneymakers in there. Got rid of the overwhelm unit. Setting up the level up for Draven as well, which is very relevant. We're gonna pass here though. Not gonna resort to this. This could be used to enable another Nightfall. Just on, right on cue, baby. So we have a lot of very neat tools here. I don't mind this, honestly. He's clearly fishing. He wants to draw. How is that? Yeah, there's 2 out of 5. Like I said, it's very slow. I'm gonna go for this. Crescent Strike is interesting, but I definitely just want to play the Charger.
What's in here?
We've already spent, you know, playing a burst speed spell, so we're gonna go with that. What am I worried about? Like a random avalanche?
Invisible to the ignorant.
Invisible to the ignorant. I would just love to attack him here, man. I really would. I don't think this man has an avalanche.
I forgot how slow. Stop!
I don't think he has it. Oh, jeez, he has it. We are out of, like, Whirling Death range, which is a little bit concerning. Maybe I got greedy here. I don't think... Oh, no, oh, no. Okay. Well, that could have been worse, to be honest. Like, I never expect Zoe to level up. The fact that we got a single combat out of him is really neat.
These stories were true.
He does find that. He could attack, but he opts not to. Ooh, that vision, though. That's sexy as hell. I think we go for the open attack here. I think there's no universe in which we don't do that. We have the Whirling Death. We have the ability to Whirling Death and Decisive Maneuver, right? So this could be lethal. If we do things right, this could be lethal. Yep, the power of Decisive Maneuver in a deck combining elusives and overwhelm units. And just going wide, baby. Like right now, we don't have to do anything else because right now we're threatening lethal. And we have the reactive power here. Alright. He's barely surviving here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do this.
Now we're cooking.
And we shut him down, baby. Beautiful!
Damn, I'm good.
Me too. Alright. 1 away, boys. I just totally jinxed it. Not the matchup that I would like for my final boss, because Fiora can be a bit of a liability for us. Like, Fiora can really get out of hand. I definitely need to race here. I'm gonna drop the crowd favorite, and I'm gonna keep everything else. Because I don't want to draw too many copies of crowd favorite. I'd rather, you know, find the 2-drop like here. But we definitely have to... There's also like the problem of like them just going crazy on buffing their 2-drop as well. I believe we used to play Hush in this deck, but I don't think we do so now. What did I change Hush for, actually? Yeah, it was one of the prior like iterations of the deck. Regardless, I like seeing the Spacey Sketcher there as well. Like, I'm liking my hand. I'm not liking the matchup, though. That's kind of the problem here. That must mean Fiora. Decent hit.
They would fall by my blade.
Time for the main event.
For the honor of Aggro.
We're gonna let him get that hit with Fiora. We have to go wide anyways, as what we're going to be aiming on doing. That's a really good draw. We're gonna do this first. Discard that. get you. Exactly, perfect.
And here's where I paint my constellation.
We're actually going to be able to flood the board. This is the power of this deck. This is exactly why we run the cards that we run. Like, this is the ideal scenario for Starry Scamp. And a very, very nice... There's no threat of judgment, by the way.
Sun this, moon that, adults are boring.
Sun this, moon that, adults are boring. Screw you guys, I'm good. Alright, let's drop you. Yeah, we could be looking at a kill here. Depends on what our opponent does, but we're going in. 5, 8, 11, 13, 14. Like, we have like almost lethal on this attack alone, let alone the vision. And now we go for the serpent. It's kill or be killed, man.
Victims.
The question is, what do I buff? Honestly, like I would just buff like the small. Even though working for Draven's level up is important,
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
I think the amount of damage that I'm gonna get in here.
Time for the moneymakers.
Is too great. Don't expect it to be that easy. But if they have Concerted Strike, then they still need like that plus some sort of boost to preserve Fiora. Like, they have 7 mana. They definitely have stuff to work with. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that Judgment is not a thing is really important. I don't think these decks main deck Judgment. I could be wrong. Like, I'm not sure.
Nothing to hold me back.
Okay. To stand alone, it's a very expensive turn. Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Everything I've worked
Perfect. Perfect. We don't quite get him yet, but we got him low, and we just took down his win condition. We still have our challenger. We have another unit here in the back, and while we're out of gas. Ooh, that decisive maneuver. That decisive maneuver, though. Okay, that makes sense. Let's do this. Oof, that's very tempting, but we don't need it. Let's boost the weakest unit. And let's attack with everything. Get the challenger in the back. Target the lifesteal unit. And go for the kill. I just don't see a universe in which he survives this. Especially with decisive maneuver in the back. I could have even played this, but this is a region that has Hush. So we don't really need to prioritize it as much. He's really trying to heal here. But he's still got quite a bit to go. And the moment he does something funky, like, not only do I have the axe for a little bit of an extra boost, I have this, which will get +2 to every single one of these attackers, which is just nuts. And yeah, I mean, that's basically all there is to it. Not even enough, baby. Who needs decisive maneuver? Woo!
Damn, I'm good.
Dude, this is just Draven. This is just like the biggest enabler for Draven's narcissism ever. Level up! And we're diamond, boys. A bit late to the party, but to be fair, Christmas vacations, you know, like I haven't been able to play in almost like a week at this point. No, not that much, really, like a few days. It did feel like a week though. It was a good time. And I'm gonna be going away soon as well, so like most of my playing will be today. So I definitely, it will take me longer, way longer than usual to reach Masters, but at the end of the day, ladder is just a grind. But at least we're in Diamond, that feels good. Thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. You know, shout outs to Draven, he's the best, as he clearly states, 47,000 times over the span of 2 hours. And yeah, man, really, really fun list. I think I showcased quite a few elements to it. And I think the only card that I didn't really highlight was the one-off of Lunari Priestess, which is just, you know, meant as a bit of a backup for Starry Scamp. But yeah, really fun. Very fast-paced deck as well, and pretty decent for ladders. So that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Hope you're having a great end of the year, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.